Hey everybody, Troy here with Fields Family Cooking and Outdoors. I hope everyone's having a great weekend. And today we are smoking a whole chicken, or spatchcock style as usual. No, I've done a few of these videos, but we're doing a little different today. Over the holidays we use the Meat Church brine, and it's called the bird baptism brine. We use it on a turkey breast and it worked great, so I thought, okay, we need to do this on a chicken. So we had a whole chicken that we brined overnight. The directions give you different directions. It'll say, depending on how heavy your bird is how long you'll brine it. We just put it in overnight in the refrigerator, let it brine. Pulled it this morning, rinsed it. That's really important to make sure you rinse it, because if you don't, it's going to be too salty whenever you smoke it. By the time you add all your seasonings, it'll just be too strong. So once we rinse it, we I cut the backbone out, spatched it out, splayed it, and then we let it come up to room temperature. Now that we're up to room temperature, I already seasoned the bottom side of the bird, but what we did was we took some butter and we softened it. We're using some granulated garlic, Meat Church Gospel all-purpose rub. We're also mixing in the hickory Meat Church rub. And so we mixed all three of these ingredients in with the butter. We mixed them up, softened the butter, and so this is what we come up with, a nice consistency to put underneath the skin. So I've already broke the skin loose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull my sleeves up and get it underneath the skin and just take it and just smear it underneath on top of the breast. And we have found that the butter, I've tried mayonnaise on a few different birds. I like the butter the best. We all like the butter the best. So we get the butter, get this down in here. Make sure you don't have any holes in your skin so it doesn't leak out. The butter will all stay inside the turkey while you're smoking. So I've got that inside. I have quite a bit left, not a lot, I have a little bit left over. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and wipe it all over the rest of the bird. There we go. So we are ready to season now. Okay, we have the chicken seasoned already with the garlic, the Meat Church hickory, and the Meat Church Gospel all-purpose rub. We're going to let it sit for about 15 minutes. Fired up the pit boss, and so what we're going to do, that first hour we put the bird on, we like to leave it for an hour just on the smoke setting. Just let it really get infused with smoke. So I've got it going, and so we'll see you outside. Okay, I've got the chicken on now. I've got it turned just right. So again, I'm going to leave that on just the smoke setting. I'm not going to put a probe into it until after that first hour, and then I'll put a probe in it. But we got some good smoke rolling now, so we're going to close her down and we'll check in about an hour. Okay, so we've been smoking for an hour. The barrel temperature is only up to about 125, but it is pretty chilly outside. As you can see by my probes that are just hanging out. It's 47. So in an hour, I'm going to stick the probes in it and shut her back down. Okay, we got the probes in it, and because it's so chilly outside, I think we're going to crank it to 250. We'll take it to 300 today, and we're going to let that go until we get to about 150, 155. And then I'm going to turn it to 350 to get that skin just a little more crispy. But I'm really funny about my temperatures, so I like to put a probe in each side, and I also have a separate probe that I'm going to probe it with as it gets closer. Okay, we got this chicken finished. It took 2 hours and 15 minutes. That last hour I turned it up to 300, but it looks great, smells great. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this thigh back. Everything looks good there. Cut a piece of breast off and see what we think. Do a little taste test. There we go. I'm just going to use my hand. Pick it up. You see the smoke ring? Got a nice smoke ring. And look at this. Watch this. I'm going to squeeze it. Look at the juice coming out. Okay, here we go. Taste test. Oh my gosh. This is the only way to do chicken. My new way. Hope everyone's having a great weekend.